हेलो एंड वेलकम टू रेडियो सिटी इंडिया। मेरा नाम है हैंसन और स्टूडियो में मौजूद है मिस्टर प्रेडिक्टर आशुतोष। वेलकम टू द स्टूडियो।
Always a pleasure, Hansen.
और इस बार भी प्रेडिक्शन एकदम राइट निकला है। इंडिया हैज वन द फर्स्ट टेस्ट मैच।
See, that was a no-brainer to be honest.
Yes.
India at home with on a spinning track with Ashwin Jadeja bowling in tandem has always been a team to beat.
या सो फर्स्ट टेस्ट मैच में बहुत कुछ हुआ है। एक डबल सेंचुरी, एक दो सेंचुरीज by Rohit Sharma opening the batting for the first time. 7 wickets for Ashwin in the first innings and 5 for Shami in the second innings. And ball उनका दिख ही नहीं रहा था. Being a fast bowler myself, I was like कि ये बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. So let's little bit talk about the first test.
Yes, I mean it was South Africa gave a fight. I mean the pitch wasn't tailor-made for spin because even South Africa have decent spinners. So it was a sporting track, but at the same time India were too strong. And although South Africa had 2 centuries, one from Dean Elgar and one from Quinton de Kock, they were still left a little wanting in the last inning, which was the 4th inning of the match. A tougher contest can be expected at Pune. Already India has a record of having lost the match at Pune last time, I think against Steve O'Keefe's South Africa. So Steve Smith and Steve O'Keefe had beaten India. So at Pune, India has a bit of a bad record. And secondly, if South Africa managed to bat first, so if South Africa win the toss and manage to bat first, it will be a good match for them.
So Rohit Sharma as an opener.
To be honest, I didn't expect Rohit Sharma to do well. But still, one swallow does not make a summer. I've said that many times. And so, all said and done, let's give him the credit. But let's be a little watchful as well. See how he does during the rest of the series. One, that too is not much of a task. The real task would be against swinging conditions in outside the support territory, be it Australia, New Zealand, South Africa and England. That is where the real test of a quality test opener is seen.
एंड इंडिया जो सेकंड इनिंग्स खेला है वो तो ऐसा था जैसे वनडे चल रहा है, मारो, खत्म करो, टारगेट सेट करो, खेलने दो उनको.
And at the same time see to it that the pitch is aiding the spinners as well. Try and make it as friendly for the spinners as possible.
So let's move to the second test now. First अभी हो चुका है, अभी ज़्यादा क्या बात करेंगे, सबको पता है सबके बारे में. Let's talk about the second test now. As you said, it's in Pune and India has
a bit of ominous signs of South Africa. One, Pune, because that is among the only tests which I can remember in recent times which India has lost at home. I don't really remember India. One was South Africa against Sri Lanka, I believe, wherein the conditions changed overnight, wherein it was swinging a lot. But in spinning conditions, I think this is one test which India has lost. So one, India has to be wary about Pune. Secondly, there are showers forecast. So the advantage of the spinning bowlers bowling in tandem might be lost. In case it rains and overcast conditions, the ball will seam around a bit. Not that India doesn't have the bowling firepower in seam, it does have, but Bumrah is missing. So I'm sure South Africa will get an additional fast bowler instead of, I believe, Muthuswamy or Pete. So it will even out the fast bowling quotient and in fact give more advantage to South Africa. So if South Africa win the toss and bat first, and they'll be in a way bowling last, and rain coming in, South Africa will have a better chance.
So Muthuswamy, he got his first wicket. That
Virat
was Virat Kohli.
And more than that, he was not out in both innings.
And he batted also decently.
Absolutely, but still I believe Muthuswamy is a bits and pieces cricketer. He won't win you games on your own. So I believe Muthuswamy and not Dane Pete should make way for a fast bowler. Either of them will eventually make way. But my preferred option is Dane Pete should play because he had a very good test match last time when they toured India. Best time when they toured India. So Notje or Ngidi should come in for Muthuswamy.
Okay. So that is the only change you see for South Africa?
Maybe Zubair Hamza might come in for Theunis de Bruyne.
Okay, yeah, the batting.
Because De Bruyne hasn't done really well, but you could say just one test. So, but when a team loses, it always tends to make changes.
Okay, so now we move to India. Kuldeep didn't play the first test. Do you see?
But
him
don't you
playing?
think I clearly mentioned I support Kuldeep? I mean, I would have preferred Kuldeep to play, and the very fact that Vihari bowled so many overs.
Hmm.
I mean, on par with Ishant and Shami, I would say in the last innings.
Hmm.
So that suggests that India needed that third
Third
spinner.
spinner.
So I mean, I don't know about the condition in Pune. If they are overcast, maybe two spinners.
Hmm.
But on most Indian pitches, I would say three
Three
spinners.
spinners. So I think they are using Vihari as a third spinner. Abhi ke
No,
liye ki
Vihari
kaam
won't
chala raha hai.
get you those wickets.
Okay.
Ajinkya Rahane had a baby. Maybe if he had taken a daddy time off, then maybe we could have dropped Ajinkya Rahane and played Kuldeep Yadav.
Hmm. So what do you think the changes will be for India this time?
I think India will play the same 11.
Same 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Given a choice, I will prefer. If it's a spinning condition, I will prefer the third spinner
Hmm.
instead of that extra batsman.
Hmm.
I mean, Ajinkya Rahane doesn't have a great record in India
Hmm.
and in the subcontinent. So instead of either Ajinkya Rahane or instead of Ishant Sharma, you can still play three spinners.
Okay. So let's.
But
move to-
it's very well known that the Indian management doesn't play horses for courses.
Yeah, that is been the situation for the last few years. So let's move on to the next segment. That is the prediction of the match. It's very difficult this time because you have been clearly mentioning कि पुणे का pitch है तो
Still, I believe with always the pitches tend to favor the host. Now unless it rains, you can't. Rain is something which is beyond the control of the management. Otherwise, the Indian team management will ensure that all the grass is removed. So whatever it is there for the spinners. And when it comes to spinners, India has a more potent spin attack than South Africa. So my prediction remains the same.
India. So
India
there will be a 2-0 lead for India. So when till the time we meet next time, we should have that 2-0. Now the players to watch out for, 3 per team.
I mean, last time also I had mentioned the same
Yes.
players, and I'll stick to those. Ashwin Jadeja, I mean, it's a no-brainer for tests in subcontinent. So Ashwin Jadeja, and the batsman, I'll say Pujara.
Okay. Oh, it's time now for him to.
He did well in the second innings.
Yeah, but still, the beginnings.
And there also I had mentioned Maharaj last time. I had mentioned Dean Elgar as well. Dean Elgar played well.
Mhm.
In fact, we had the trivia of Dean Elgar as well last time round.
Yeah.
So I stick to Keshav Maharaj, Dean Elgar, and I expect Faf du Plessis.
Okay. He made a 55 in the first inning. So hopefully it will turn into a 3-figure mark. So व्हाट डू यू थिंक? आपके क्या कमेंट सजेशन है नीचे कमेंट सेक्शन में लिखिए. आपको क्या लगता है इंडिया जीतेगा? अगर जीतेगा तो कैसे जीतेगा, कितने रन से जीतेगा, या किसको बैटिंग लेना चाहिए, किसको बॉलिंग लेना चाहिए, क्या कंडीशंस होगा, एवरीथिंग. एंड इफ यू आर स्टेइंग इन पुणे, यू कैन ऑब्वियसली राइट डाउन अबाउट द वेदर कंडीशंस इन पुणे, so that everyone will get a live update कि आज क्या होने वाला बारिश में.
True.
So the match will start tomorrow, and
Among the high scoring grounds.
yeah, and you want to add something?
Yes, like, share, comment, subscribe.
Yes, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll be back before the next test starts. So till then, stay tuned to Radio City India. This is me, Hansen, and Ashutosh signing off. Bye bye.
Yo.
Radio